So I just made a TikTok video about how, being suicidal, I depressed my entire life, from a very, very young age, and also being very homicidal from a very young age, and also creating a shitload of misery on other people and suffering on other people just by being alive and existing. I think I've been in and out of stages my entire life of just not wanting to be alive and, just not wanting to be here. And a lot of my ebook that I wrote and I put on Amazon, which is not on Amazon anymore, by the way. I don't know what the hell happened to that. I gotta look at the account. I don't know if Jeff Bezos took the book off of Amazon because it was too controversial or what, but I don't know. Maybe somebody read it and they messaged somebody and they fucking, who the hell knows. The book is very homicidal, so I wouldn't be surprised if they took it off. But, that ebook that I did write, a lot of it was about how, like when you're really suicidal and that's all you are, like the darkness is so real that that's all you really want to do. You can't really get out of it. Gratitude logs and everything else don't really change the demeanor that you are, I guess you could say. Mantras, positive thinking, that kind of thing. I don't know. But, when you're in that darkness or when you're in that state, a lot of it has to do with the fact that you wish you were never born, because your entire existence has been such a struggle. There's been so much suffering. That you're kind of like, well, why was I even born? Like, what the hell is this all about? Especially when you know for a fact that you've suffered more than others. Whether it was from abuse, extreme poverty, trauma, being picked on, not being accepted, being rejected, all of those things. And then you look around you and you see people that have it very easy. And they've had an easy road. And they haven't suffered as much as you have. You could tell just by looking at their faces, their smiles, their energy levels, everything about them. And the psychiatrists and the doctors will tell you that everybody suffers. And how do you know that they haven't suffered or they haven't been abused? And that everybody has a tough time in life. But you know just by looking at their faces that they haven't suffered as much as you have. Just by their smiles. They have this glow about them where they've never really been through that much pain. And you know it. And it's not healthy to compare yourself to these people. But you do. Get ready for the screaming. The children are out. Hopefully they won't scream at the kids. Hopefully it will just be little kids. That's what I hope for, when I keep the window open. Hearing the kids, it's cute, because I don't mind hearing kids. Kids are cool. But when you hear the parents screaming at the kids, that's when it's like, oh my God. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully it's just the little kids. But so you do compare yourself to these people. Because then you start questioning, like, well, how, why do they have it so easy? And why did I go through so much suffering? And why was I even born? Like, it is so unfair, and it so sucks that they've had such an easy road. And my road has been utter chaos. Severe poverty, abuse, neglect, trauma, borderline personality disorder, mental illness, being picked on, rejected, not accepted, looked down upon, looked at like I was lesser than, like I was a goddamn cockroach because I couldn't afford the pretty clothes at the Nikes. And then we all grow up in that. We all feel that. We're surrounded by pretty princesses and princes that have had everything that they've ever wanted. I got this one friend. It's a struggle for me to be friends with him. Like, one of my best friends, he likes to hang out with him, but it's like pulling teeth with me to hang out with this person. And like I never really understood why. And then I finally did. And it's because the person has not suffered a day in his life. Came from the perfect family, parents still married, loving father. They've always had money. He's always had an easy road. And I know this because he tells his stories. It's hard for me to really be friends with somebody that hasn't gone through that much suffering. That's kind of crappy for me to say that, but I can't really relate to those people. When you're friends with somebody, or trying to be friends with somebody that has not really suffered at all, you're like, really? Like, I don't know. And it's not like a jealousy thing. It's just like kind of find that person boring. It's very weird, man. It's very weird. I think people that have gone through a lot of suffering, we kind of tend to just... We're so just kind of far gone in the mind that we like far goneness. And it's not like, oh, I'm bitter and resentful at life and I like to spend time around people that are bitter and resentful. I don't like to spend time around bitter and resentful people at all. I like to spend time around people that are like upbeat and, kind of happy-go-lucky and stuff like that, and have experienced the suffering and like choose to just enjoy life even though they suffered. Be right back.